Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Kamo coming back with another reaction video for you. Today, we got Gabriel Iglesias, aka Fluffy. Fluffy goes to India. This is a suggested video, so thank you for suggesting it. Guys, if you have any other videos you'd like me to react to, please put it in the comment section below. But if you are relatively new to the channel, maybe just do a quick search first to see if I haven't already done it. That'd be my only thing. Super excited. I live in California, for those of you that don't know, and they're finally starting to open up the comedy clubs again, and I miss them. Like, whether I perform, I do not know. I don't know if I'll ever perform again, to be honest with you. Just kind of a thing going on in my head right now. But regardless, I still would go watch comedy all the time. So I'm very excited. I'm hopefully going to be going to like either the Comedy Store or the Improv, or maybe even the Laugh Factory. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping to go to one of those in the next couple weeks. And if I do, I'll let you guys know who I saw and how it was and everything. But with that out of the way, let's get this going. This is a long one. So this is one of the longest ones I've ever done. And we're in this together, guys. So let's do this.
Martin and I just got back from India. Yeah. So let me tell you, I started posting on Facebook and Twitter that we were going to go out there to do these shows. And then people started sending me messages.
Quick question. So I've said in another Gabriel Iglesias video that a lot of people tell me that I look kind of like a cross between him and Kevin Smith, right? Like, if you took those two together, if they had gay love but was able to create a baby from that, I would be that baby. But somebody recently commented on one of the Gabriel Iglesias videos that they think I look like an ex-Navy SEAL, Marcus Luttrell, which is who they based the movie Lone Survivor on. Mark Wahlberg. So they're not saying I look like Mark Wahlberg. They're saying I look like the guy that Mark Wahlberg was playing based off of. Do you see it? Like, any of you that are watching that see me and know who I'm talking about, do you see it? I'm just curious. I don't, but sometimes we have trouble seeing ourselves in certain ways. I think I do look more like a cross between Kevin Smith and Gabriel Iglesias than this guy, but I'm curious from other people's perspectives if you guys agree. Just curious. Comment below. Let me know.
Questioning what I was going to do. First of all, are they going to understand you in India? Will they understand English okay? Will they be able to follow along with your stories? Once we got there, I come to find out that more people speak English in India than in all of the US and Canada put together. Might as well throw Mexico in there for extra credit.
I didn't know that. I knew they speak that, but I didn't know.
Because there's that many people, and yes, they have the internet. They got the internet, they got Bollywood, they got Hollywood. They understand American culture so much more than we understand theirs. Second thing, people tried to warn me about going over there. Gabriel, be careful. India is a third world country. Don't drink the water in India. It contains parasites that'll make you really sick. Don't eat the food from the street people, especially the street meat. It contains a parasite that'll make you really sick. And most importantly, there's a lot of crime over there. Don't stay out late. When the sun goes down, you go down. I'm like, is it that bad? Parasites.
If any of you watching this have ever been to India, or if you're from India, like, is there some truth to what he's saying? Because I've never heard any of those things. From what I've heard, they're very kind people. Yeah, I've never heard anything really negative about it. So if you've been there or you're from there, is there truth to, not whether is there truth to that, but is there truth that people say that? Because I've never even heard that. Just curious.
So I'm like, let me get this straight. There's a lot of crime. Don't stay out late. Don't eat any of the food from the street vendors. And don't drink the water. Why does that sound familiar?
Mexico.
That's Mexico!
I've heard it about Mexico. I haven't heard about India.
When Martin and I got over there, we found out that Indian people and Mexican people have so much in common, you guys. I'm telling you, it's insane how similar we are, especially the food. The food is so similar. For example, Mexicans love tortillas. Indian people love naan bread, which is a fluffier form of a tortilla. Mexicans love chicken. Indians love chicken. Mexicans love hot and spicy. Indians invented hot and spicy. Most popular drink in Mexico is Fanta.
About the hot and spicy, I just gotta say this real quick because I just saw this video like the other day. I wish I had done a reaction to it. And let me know, actually, if you guys want to see more reactions like the one I'm about to talk about, please let me know. I was watching a compilation video of like, it was something about news bloopers, something, right? Something along the lines of that. And so if you guys would like to see me react to videos like that, as long as they're funny, you know, like, but news related or compilation videos, please just let me know, because I'm running out of comedians to a certain extent. We're still fine for a while, but anyway. And there was this video of these two anchors, a man and a woman, a white guy, and the woman was, I think, from India or something to that effect. Or maybe she wasn't from there, but she grew up with like Indian parents or whatever. And they were each doing the like that spicy hot chip challenge. I forget what it's called. And so the whole idea, I guess, was that they would each take a bite and then see who could go the longest before they had to take a drink. And within 30 seconds to a minute at most, this guy was in tears. This guy's face was turning red. And she was like, nothing happened. And she says, she's all, I've been eating this stuff since I was a baby, so this doesn't do anything to me. And eventually, I think eventually, sorry, I'm a spoiler. Eventually, I think he does give it, like, he goes a while. He goes like 5 minutes or something. But I think eventually he drinks the milk. And then almost immediately after he drinks the milk, you see him run off cam and you hear him throw up. So it didn't go well for him. And that poor girl, I mean, not that poor girl, but she was just like watching and be like, that's like, yeah, sorry, like that sucks. And he was getting mad because he was like, isn't this hurting you? Isn't this hot? And she's like, I mean, it was a little spicy at first, you know, but after like the first 15 seconds or whatever, I kind of got used to it. It started to subside. And as he's red and like practically blood was coming from his eyes, and he was just like, he hated her. You could tell he hated her in that moment. But yeah, I was gonna say that just remember when he said about how they invented hot and spicy. I'm like, they should do, because FY, just for the record, I can't eat. It's the most thing that's getting me. I can't eat spicy at all. Like, it's sad. I fully admit it's sad. Like, whatever mild spice you're thinking of, whether it's a sauce or whatever you're thinking of, I'll be clear, I could probably eat it, or, you know, eat whatever on it, but the spiciness would affect me in such a way that I would not enjoy it. Like, not saying I would be, I'm talking about if it's even the mildest of spices. I'm not saying I would be like sweating or my face would turn red, but it would affect me enough to where I would not even enjoy whatever it was I just ate. Even if it was like if you give me my favorite thing and you put a mild whatever on it, like let's say Tabasco, I don't know if that's that mild, but let's say you put some Tabasco sauce on it and then I ate it, I would now not enjoy any of what I just ate. If that makes any sense. It's sad. I know.
Most popular drink in India is Fanta. Indian people worship cows. Mexicans love barbecues. A lot of similarities.
Different kind.
Most of the people that I met over there were very hardworking and humble. And I got to tell you, every time I talked to someone, I was always greeted the same way. They'd look at me, they'd put their hands together, they'd do a little bow, and they say, Namaste, which is an endearing hello. It's really nice and sweet. And then I noticed that Indian people, when you're talking to them, do this thing with their head where it will begin to move side to side as they're speaking. Now, at first when you notice it, you think, oh, he slept wrong. He just got a kink in his neck. Get a Tempur-Pedic. Now, when they start speaking, their head starts moving. And I noticed this. The guy is checking us into the hotel, and he's really cool. He's like, listen, if you have any problems at all, okay, you call the front desk, you press 0. We will send somebody to your room to help you. Whatever you need, we got it for you right here, okay? It's very good. Now, one thing I notice is the more they talk and the more excited Indian people get, the more the head starts to move around. Somebody at the hotel yelled out to the clerk, That's Fluffy. And the guy was like, oh my God, I don't believe it. I thought it was you. I thought it was you. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. This is so crazy. Oh my God, Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy. Even crazier than that is that the mouth is actually connected to the neck. When the mouth stops moving, the head stops wherever the mouth left off. And when you see Indian people talking to each other, you can see it. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, okay, hold up, wait, hold on, wait, okay. Like if you're Indian and you stutter, you are so screwed. Somebody stop him! I'm not gonna lie, you guys. When I first saw this happen, I thought it was hysterical. I thought it was funny. But then I started thinking about it. Head movement is just a form of expression. No matter where you live in this world, people express themselves in their own unique way, whether through facial expressions, hand gestures, body movement, extra words. Everywhere you go, things are different, and that's just how they express themselves in India. Now back to the whole Indians-Mexican thing. That is something else that we share in common with Indian people. Head movement. Now some of you in the building tonight are like, stupid, we don't have head movement. Yes, we do. It's a little different. See, with Indian people, the head movement is side to side.
Back and
Mexicans, our head movement is front to back. The difference between that is that with Mexicans, we have to be very, very upset in order for you to see the head movement. Otherwise, you can't tell. With Indians, it's all the time. Oh, today is such a nice day. It is such a beautiful day today. I'm so happy. It's very nice, very good. Oh my God, I can't believe it's so nice. It's such a pretty. Mexicans, when we're mad, that's when it comes out. For non-Latinos, hey, trust me, you cut off a Mexican in traffic, see what happens. ¡Sácate, pendejo! ¡Lárgate, cabrón! ¡Quítate, desgraciado!
This is true. This is true.
That's funny. I don't know why the black people are laughing. You guys take it all. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, hell no. I know he ain't talking about me. I hit a bell. I hit a bell.
That's from the racist gift basket.
I made myself dizzy doing it. So let me tell you guys, if you ever get the opportunity to travel to India, I encourage you to check it out. You are gonna see some beautiful things. You are gonna see some amazing things. You are gonna see some sad, depressing things and some real horrible things. Overall, it's a well-balanced trip. But when you get back home here to the United States, you will have a whole different appreciation for your life.
I just saw an interview that Matthew McConaughey gave. I think it was on a church. He was speaking at a church, I believe, in Austin. I think I think it's his church, and he's a Christian. And he was just this part that he mentioned right now. It kind of brought it up. He said something about how I didn't learn every time I've left a situation or left a place, it's caused me to have greater appreciation for that. He's all like, I didn't appreciate, this is his words, like he and I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I didn't appreciate the United States until I left it. And then I was able to look back at it and see all the things that we have here and all the good with the bad and everything, but just that was his personal experience with it. Like once he was able to leave something and then look at it from a different perspective, a different angle, that's what made his appreciation grow. So to me, that's basically what he's saying, the same exact thing. And sadly, I haven't traveled much, so I can't speak too much on my experience of this. I just know every time I leave Vegas, I miss it.
Believe that. I guarantee this, you guys. There's a lot of people in India, and with a lot of people comes a lot of traffic. First things first, American traffic and Indian traffic, very different. Here, whatever happens on the freeway will stop the whole freeway. In India, there's 10 times the traffic, but it moves. See, the problem is Americans, we're fascinated by accidents. We're fascinated by the idea of seeing potential death. That's why we slow down on the freeways. We say we don't want to see it, but what happens?
That annoys the hell out of me. When there's traffic on my side of the freeway from something that happened on the other side of the freeway, I am so pissed. I'm like, wait, this accident didn't even happen on this side. We have traffic simply because everybody is slowing down to see if they can see the wrecked car or whatever on the other side. That pisses me off so much. So much.
You know, what's going on over there? There doesn't even have to be a collision. You could be on the 101 freeway and a car has a tire blowout and it spins. Doesn't hit anything. It's now facing oncoming traffic. You know what happens to the rest of the freeway? Even on the other freeway where there's no accident.
That's what I just said.
What's going on? What's going on? I'm sorry. Hey, somebody might be dead. Sorry. In India, if there's an accident in the middle of the street, you know what they do? They drive right around it. They don't stop. And it's not that they're not sensitive to the situation. They are. It's just that there's so much chaos that happens on a regular basis. They just need to get to work. They do see what's happening. And believe me, they're heartfelt. You know, they'll drive around. I'm so sorry for you. Nothing stops the flow of traffic in India. They need to get from point A to point B. And so they go. If there's an accident, they drive around. If there's something blocking the street, they get on the sidewalk to go around. It's amazing the way they drive. And here's something else. No one uses turn signals over there. No one uses turn signals. What? They use a horn. Now, if you go to India tomorrow, from the time you get there to the time you leave, you're constantly going to hear a horn. It's an actual language when people are driving. I'll show you. You're driving? Car on your right. Car on your left. Light up ahead. They talk to each other while they're driving, and they barely miss each other.
That is
every
impressive.
Single
That's
time.
actually pretty cool.
Also, you'll be on the 101 freeway here, and there'll be 6 lanes. In India, you'll see 6 lanes, but guess what? You'll see 12 cars across. Yes, they have lines, but they're basically there to let you know more or less the direction you might want to go in. They're this close to each other. And even at the light, they communicate. You see everything. Cars, trucks, vans, motorcycles, pedestrians, cows, children, all waiting for the light. And they talk at the light with the horn. Very good, you can go, you can go. Welcome, you're welcome, go, go. Nothing stops the flow of traffic over there. Indian people drive, think of ants. You know how ants travel in a straight line? And if there's something in the way, like a rock, ants will split up, go around the rock and reunite, or climb over the rock. Worst case scenario, they dig a hole and go under the rock. That's the mentality of driving in India. A man can get shot in the middle of the street. People just look at each other. Somebody pick him up. And they'll drag his ass onto the sidewalk. And if there's an accident and they need to get around, guess what's going to happen to that guy on the sidewalk? Nothing stops the flow of traffic in India except a cow. Now, I know we've always heard the stories and the jokes about, oh, Indian people don't eat hamburgers. I asked the question and I found out. It's believed that cows are people who have died and they've been reincarnated, and their new life is now the cow, which is why they don't eat them and why they give them all the love and respect in the world over there. I saw this firsthand. There's a cow crossing the street while we're driving, and the cows know. They're cocky. They know that they can cross. All the cows, and the cows out there all cocky.
Right now, I have not seen this. I'm going to say, if he doesn't do this, that's fine. That's just what I would do right now because the way he's setting it up. I would do like, they're walking like, and then I'd be like those people that do the crosswalk slow, and then they stop in front of your car and like tie their shoe. And then they just look at you like, you got a problem? Like, I got 2 feet here. You want me to tie the other one too? You know what? I think my other one's a little loose. I'm going to tie my other one too. And just do it right in front of you real slow. That kind of thing, that kind of act out, or that kind of comparison is where I would have gone. Not saying that's where he's going to go, but he's probably going to go somewhere better. That's why he's fluffy.
Gling, 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 gling. No one honks at the cows. No one yells at the cows. No one touches the cows. They wait for the cows to finish crossing. The cow that we had laid down.
Oh my God.
The driver just shut off the car. Started tweeting. There is a cow in the middle of the street. Hashtag Momo. I asked the driver, what's going on? Sir, there is a cow. I see that there's a cow. Are you going to honk at it, go around? What's going to happen? We cannot honk at the cow. We must wait for the cow to move. You're kidding. I am not kidding. We must wait for the cow. We drove past a dead body 15 minutes ago. That is probably him.
Okay.
Like seriously, the driving situation over there is so intense, you guys. One morning while we're there, I needed to get to the airport fast because I overslept. And so I get in the cab and I hand the driver a $50 bill. And I go, sir, I am running very late. I need to get to the airport as soon as possible. Whatever side street you have to take or back road, I'm all for it. Whatever you have to do, let's do it. And I hand him the money and he goes, very good, let's go. And we take off. The guy is hitting anywhere from 50 to 70 miles an hour on the street. We are making incredible time. I notice that we're heading in the direction of a red light. You ever been in a car with someone and you're paying attention to what's going on and you notice that you're about to hit a red light and you know how you start to mentally and physically prepare yourself for the deceleration of the car, and you start anticipating the pressure from the brake, and if you don't get the sensation of slowing down by a certain point, all alarms go off in your head and you sock the driver in the chest. Hey! Not only did I not get the sensation of slowing down, I got the opposite. He gunned it towards the light, and it caught me off guard. I couldn't even scream. I was like,
Frozen in fear.
and then I got air. Hey, pull over, pull over. He didn't even know what he did. He looks at me, he goes, what is wrong? What do you mean, what is wrong? Dude, didn't you see the red light? As calm as can be. Didn't you see there was no one there? You told me, whatever you have to do, okay? Whatever you have to do, you do. Do you want to yell or do you want to make plain? He made a good point. I sounded like a third grader. I want to make plain. Like seriously, that's a video game I want to see. I want to see Grand Theft Auto India. It was so crazy, you guys. And this is just us being there. I haven't even gotten to the part of us performing. We were in Mumbai, Bangalore, and Delhi. Okay, these three places is where we went to perform. Mumbai and Bangalore, the shows went over very, very well. Okay, there were about 1,500 to 2,000 people, which is amazing for a few going over there. I was like excited, yes. And then we get to Delhi. And when we got to Delhi, you guys, it got a little crazy. Martin walks out on stage and the crowd recognized him and they started chanting, Martin! Anytime I hear that, I'm like, they know him, it's gonna be a good show. So Martin starts cracking jokes. The crowd starts laughing. He's cracking more jokes. The crowd keeps laughing. All of a sudden, I hear this.
The hell?
Martin doesn't say a word to them. He gets off stage, next comedian comes out, and then Martin comes over to me and he says, bro, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on out there. There's these 3 guys in the front row. They're laughing like Klingons from Star Trek. I'm not going to address them. I'm going to save them for you. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, seriously.
So then Martin goes back out there on stage and he introduces me. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Iglesias. And then I run out on stage and the crowd started chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy. And I was like, whoa, what's up, Delhi? And I start cracking jokes, start getting laughs, start cracking more jokes, start getting more laughs. And then it happened.
That
Now,
sounds
see,
so
me,
bad.
I can't avoid things, especially when it's front row center. So I addressed it. I came right out and I said, well, hello. I said, what do we have here? I said, so where are you guys from? And the guy in the middle looks at me and he goes, we are from Germany. I said, cool, we have Germans in the house. And the whole crowd got really weird. You could hear them. They freaked out because they thought I was gonna start making fun of the German people. And one guy even stood up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I go, relax, bro. Have a seat. Don't do it. I'm not gonna make fun of the German people. That's the last thing I wanna do is offend them. I don't wanna end up outside in an alley somewhere freaking in 2 hours. And this is the last time we are going to tell you, do not make fun of German people. As I'm doing this joke about a German kicking me on the floor with the accent, here's where it gets crazy. I get hit in the side of the head by a bat.
Oh, hell no.
Listen to what I just told you, Bay Area. I get hit in the side of the head by a bat. Not Major League Baseball. I'm talking about, I'm gonna suck your blood. In India, there are millions and millions and millions of fruit bats. And one of them, actually 6 of them, made it inside of the building. And they're flying around and they're hanging out in the rafters. And one of them decides to fly down. And basically, when I was doing the kicks, I stepped into the line of flight of the bat. And he caught me right here. I'm like, what the hell? And I look up and you see it and you can hear it. The Indian people saw that and
My parents live in Arizona, and there's bats there. We actually just saw one the other day. It was outside in the middle of the day on my parents' kitchen window. And as I was talking to my dad, I looked, because my dad is Dr. Doolittle. I've talked about him before. He feeds so many wild animals. Well, not wild. Well, they are wild, but like birds and he feeds roadrunners, feeds a couple ducks, and I forget what else. He feeds a few animals there. But I was like looking, and I said, oh, Dad, is that one of your birds waiting for its next meal? And he turns around, he goes, what the fuck is that? And then I was like, wait, is that a bat? And then sure enough, as I said it, the bat like extended its wings, and he was like, holy shit, that's a bat. Like, so they are not as fun as it sounds to be around. So I feel Fluffy's caution here.
He freaked out. They were yelling, they did it. They did it. We told you, don't do it. We told you, don't do it. They're evil. They're evil. I'm like,
don't say
dude,
that.
I don't care how evil you think the Germans are. They don't have control over bats. It wasn't like the guy got offended and said, oh, really? Uns release the bat. So now the crowd is weird. These guys are laughing. And there's freaking bats flying around the theater. First 2 minutes of my show.
Oh, God.
I got to do an hour. And now I've already lost the crowd. They're freaking out. These guys are laughing weird. I'm nervous. It's my first time there. I don't know how to get out of this. So I literally walked over to the other side of the stage and I started just performing for this side of the room, trying to redirect the focus right here. And I'm so nervous. I'm stuttering. I don't even have a segue. I'm like, it's crazy.
The social dynamics that are involved in a show is so trippy. And when you do stand up long enough, obviously, I'm talking more about him, like not me. Like you get that not well intuition, and you can just feel like you can feel the audience and where the energy. Oh, there's some shit going on over here that's not good, or like, oh, these people over here are drunk. By the way, when I say that, I'm not even saying you can see them, because oftentimes at a comedy show, whether you guys know this or not, when you're on stage, usually you can only see like the first, maybe the second row of people, like see faces, see mouths moving. Beyond that, they're just like outlines of people, shadows and images like that you can't make out. Oftentimes, if it's a man or woman, or the ethnicity, you can't hear exactly what's being said, but you can tell tone, you can tell vibe, you can tell energy. And that's what I said, like it's like a dance. You can just sense what shit's going on, and like, again, whether it's good or bad or whatever. And so what he's doing here is he's realizing, like he said, I've lost the room, which sucks, especially that early in the show, because you have no momentum to really try and revert them back to, because you had just started. So you kind of try to have to start all over again. And what he's doing is smart. He's trying to take the energy and the focus off of what just happened, the bad stuff, that they're evil and all that, and let's go direct it over here, and let's see if we can get everybody. It's like a wave, try and get everybody on the same wavelength again, which is here. And then once I get them here, and I feel like everyone's focus is here, then I can kind of bring it back to center. I'm assuming what he's trying to do.
In America, everybody in America likes drinking. It's real crazy. Like for example, Mexicans, most Mexicans, we like drinking tequila. Most black people like Hennessy. Most white people like Jaeger. Here in India, you guys like Fanta. And when I said Fanta, the crowd went crazy because it was such a local reference. They freaked out. They were like screaming, "Oh my God, he knows, he knows." They started singing, "Fanta, Fanta, don't you want Fanta, Fanta, don't you want Fanta."
Oftentimes when you go to a city to perform stand-up that you're not familiar with, not all comedians do this, but a lot of comedians will they'll either like literally go through the city, like kind of like, what are some hot spots in the area? What are some local favorites, stuff like that, just so they can get a sense of that area. Because when a comedian starts off a show, and if you guys have been to comedy shows, I'm sure you'll be able to, say that you've witnessed this. Within the first 2 minutes, usually at most, maybe 5, but usually it's like within the first 2 minutes, the comedian will reference something local, whether it's a person that's from there, a popular place to visit, something that recently happened in the news in that area, like anything like that they know the majority of the people of the room are going to know about. They'll reference it, and especially if it's something that they already know that everybody in that will know about this will love it. Like it's something that they're proud of. It's something that they all enjoy, like, which is Fanta in this case. Like it's better because then it just gets everybody like I'm now associating this thing that I love with you because you know about this thing and you like this thing too, or you're referencing this thing too. So it makes them automatically like, you're like now up a level because like you get me and like you like the same thing I like. Oh crap. Like, so if you've been to a comedy show, tell me if you've witnessed this. Happens a lot.
The roar was so big, it allowed me to restart my show. So I started cracking new jokes and more jokes and these jokes and those jokes. 5 minutes go by. 5 minutes go by. All of a sudden, the Germans got offended at the fact that I left them out of my drinking joke. The one in the middle stands up and he approaches the stage. Now this stage has got to be about 5 feet tall. The guy's head was about this high. He was like 6'4". He looks at me and he starts pointing and he's yelling, "Hey, Fatman! Fatman! What about us, huh? What about the Germans? What do we drink?" I was like, "Dude, that was like 5 minutes ago. We were giving you a chance. What do we drink?" I'm like, "First of all, sir, I apologize. I'm really nervous right now. I had no idea there was gonna be Germans here tonight. Yeah, felt like Poland. I don't care if you laugh or not, that's a smart-ass joke.
It is smart.
That's a smart-ass joke. It's not my fault some of you pendejos failed history. You better Google that and find out why it's so damn funny. So, all the older white people are, God damn it, yeah. So anyway, so I'm standing there and I go, listen, sir, you need to have a seat, okay? The people are getting nervous. You need to have a seat so I can finish the show. And the guy, he refuses. He says, I will not sit down, fat man, until you tell us what we drink. I go, listen, I don't know what you guys drink. And the Indians are being so cute. They're trying to help me. They're yelling, hey, they like Fanta too. And the guy was like, we do not like Fanta. I'm like, dude. I go, sir, please have a seat. I will not have a seat until you tell us what we drink. Tell us, fat man. I go, listen, sir, you need to sit down and you need to stop calling me fat man. Now it's starting to bother me. This is like the 6th time he does it. And I
Don't
didn't
they
just
drink
lose
beer?
100 pounds to now
I feel like
get
they drink
called
beer.
fat man. So I go, sir, if you don't have a seat, we're going to have a problem, especially if you call me fat man again. And he freaking did it. What are you going to do, fat man? What do we drink? Even Martin, who's behind the curtain, knew. He knows when I'm at that point where I've crossed over. I can hear him in the back. Don't do it. Too late, Fluffy's pissed. So I said, you want to know what you drink? Tell me. Don't ask me where this came from. I got right in his face and I said, blood of Jews.
That's balls. That's balls.
Now, see, automatically, you guys gave me a whole different reaction.
They might.
In Delhi, that was probably the most shocking thing ever said on that stage. So shocking that 2,000 people at the exact same time got so quiet, you guys, so quiet. You could hear everyone's ass just... And I'm still standing there, my hands out. Have you ever said something that was so bad? And I mean, you knew it was bad as it was coming out of your mouth, and you're trying to stop it, but it's too late, it's already out, and you're like, no. And it's too late. Blood of Jews is all over his face, right? I'm standing there, my hands out, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and I'm like, ah! He says, that's a good one, yeah, that's a good one. Oh my God, thank you, thank you.
He got lucky. I was going to say they might have respected him for that.
It doesn't end there. I'm telling you guys, this is so crazy. So next morning, Martin and I are flying back home to Los Angeles from Delhi. We're taking an airline called British Airways. We go from Delhi to London, England, and we have a connecting flight over there. Once we get to England, they canceled our connect for whatever reason. And so we got rebooked on another airline called Lufthansa. It's a German airline.
Oh, God.
Now, this is why I believe in karma. Seriously, Martin's like, really? Blood of Jews? I'm like, I know. I felt like they phoned ahead. Uns, take care of Fluffy. So I put down my credit card. I made sure that Martin and I got upgraded to at least their business class because it's like a long flight. And so we're in there, we're on the plane, and the plane takes off. About 20 minutes into the flight, we're just sitting there, we're laughing. And the flight attendant, she starts coming down the aisle with the little cart. Okay, she's coming down the aisle and she sees me and she goes, hello, sir. Do you have a preferred drink of choice today? Martin looks at me, taps me in the chest, and he goes, hey, tell her.
Don't do that.
Tell her, bro. Come on, ask for it. If anybody has it. Dude, shut up. And then she looks at Martin. Sir, do you have a preferred drink of choice? And Martin's like, yeah, you guys got blood of... She's like, Bloody Mary? Yes, yes, Bloody Mary. Freaking Machete's gonna get me banned from flying. So we make it back home. I'm trying to tell the story to my girlfriend and my son. And my girl, she's barely laughing. She's like, like she's jaded. She doesn't laugh at my jokes anymore. My son Frankie, on the other hand, he is dying. Ah! And I'm like, really? He's 16 years old. I go, really, Frankie? You thought that was funny? He goes, yeah, it's funny. I go, what was so funny about my story? He goes, those people you're talking about. I go, who, the Indians? He goes, no, the other ones. I go, the Germans? He goes, yeah, it's funny. I go, what's so funny about the Germans? The way that they speak. I go, what's so funny about the way that they speak? He goes, they sound like the three little pigs from the movie Shrek.
Yeah.
I had to go on YouTube and freaking find it, and sure enough, all three little pigs. Und ja, hello Shrek. Ah. I was just waiting for one of them to go, fat man.
All right, guys. Well, that was Fluffy Goes to India. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys could please leave comments below of other videos you'd like me to react to, I appreciate it. Until next time.